Physics. This lesson is an introduction to ramp problems. Alright, so we're going to introduce this topic with an example. So we have a 5 kilogram box that slides down a 20-meter ramp at an angle of 40 degrees. Determine the acceleration, final velocity, and time it took the box to reach the bottom. So there's the 3 variables that we're looking for. Alright, so draw a free body diagram of the box. A free body diagram displays vectors of the forces acting on the object, not acting by the object on other objects, but it's the forces acting on the object. Component forces should be displayed on a second diagram and never on a free body diagram. So first is the force vector that's pointing down due to the force of gravity, and that's designated mg, mass times gravitational acceleration. Almost never do you designate it as fg or anything else. It's just mg. Okay, there's the normal force. Now that's the force of the ramp pushing upward on the box. So the upward angled vector represents the normal force. A normal force is the force perpendicular to the platform, that is to the floor or to the ramp. So the red dashed line represents the surface of the ramp, and that's shown here for reference only. It's not normally placed in a free body diagram. So a free body diagram can serve as the starting point for the component diagram. Okay, so the components acting to move the box are the force down the ramp, that's F ramp, and the normal force, and these are related to the angle of the ramp. So we're going to show that this angle of the ramp is the same as the angle that you're going to use to draw these vectors. So we take that angle, we move it over, we turn it at a right angle, and we see that the angle perpendicular to the ramp is 90 degrees from the ramp, and the angle perpendicular to the floor is 90 degrees perpendicular to the floor, so that forms a 40-degree angle. So whatever the angle of the ramp is the same as this angle that you're going to use to draw your vectors. Alright, so construct a right triangle with a gravitational force mg as the hypotenuse, so that's what you see right there. And then we're going to form the right triangle. And there it is at 40 degrees. So now we're ready to place our vectors. So show the cosine component of the gravitational force as a vector. There it is. It goes down that force, the force perpendicular to the ramp. So that's basically the force of the object against the ramp. But we're interested in the normal force, which is the reactive force of the ramp up against the object. So we're going to remove that vector and we're going to draw it up here like this. So move the cosine vector upward and out of the dot to show the normal force. Okay, now we show the sine component of the gravitational force as you see below, mg sine 40. And that is, as you see, is F ramp. So that's the force pushing the box down the ramp. So we can move a vector, as you know. So we're going to pick that vector up and we're going to move it up there, so now that it's coming out of the dot, it's coming down the ramp. So that is the force propelling the box down the ramp. And now that we have those two forces, which are the ones that affect the motion, we can remove everything else in our component diagram. Now in this particular problem, the normal force is not going to play any role because there's no friction force. In future problems where there's a friction force, then you need the normal force. So the only vectors remaining are those needed for analysis of the problem. Okay, so back to our problem. So we're going to compute the acceleration first. So the force down the ramp equals ma. Solving for a, we get acceleration equals force down the ramp divided by m. The force down the ramp is mg sine 40 over m. And you can see that the m's are going to cancel out. So that gives us the acceleration is g sine 40, which is 10 sine 40, and that gives us an acceleration of 6.43 meters per second. So we can see that the acceleration is independent of the mass. Since mass canceled out, it does not play a role in these problems. Okay, compute the time. There's the formula we've used for that. Solve for t, and plug in the numbers, and you get t equals 2.5 seconds down the ramp. Finally, we're going to solve for the final velocity when it gets to the bottom of the ramp. There's the formula we use. Plug in the numbers, you have the acceleration and the time that you calculated in the previous steps, and you get the velocity, final velocity of 16.1 meters per second. Alright, so that's how you do a basic ramp problem. We're going to introduce other variables coming in, such as friction force, or what happens if the box is first pushed up the ramp before it slides down. So we'll deal with those in a later lesson.